How do you have a conversation with a potential client so that you can confidently earn their business? Well, that is a great question, so stick around. Hi, I'm Eric from Gem Monster, showing you how to generate sales while becoming the best version of your creative self. Now, if you're a creative person looking to learn more sales and marketing strategies, then definitely be sure to subscribe to this channel. And I want to set some expectations. In this video, I am sharing 6 tips so that you can improve your conversations with potential clients and close more business. So stick around for tip number 6 because it may surprise you, maybe. And speaking of setting expectations, tip number 1, set expectations. Make sure that expectations are clearly communicated to your potential client before the meeting, during the meeting, and at the end of the meeting. You want your potential client to always be in tune with your intentions. Now, be clear about the purpose of the meeting, any topics that must be discussed, time commitment needed for the meeting, and of course, next steps. Setting expectations helps to set boundaries, structure, and directions within the conversation. It also helps to reassure that you know what you're talking about and that you're not wasting someone's time. I mean, could you even imagine if someone's calling you, let's say a brand designer, and they want to book a conversation and they come at you like, hey, I'm a brand designer and I'd like to set some time up with you to ask you a few questions. Not sure how long that will take, and honestly, afterwards, I'm not sure what we'll be doing after that either. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Hello? No, you wouldn't do that. But let's say they come at you with something like, hey, I'm a brand designer and I'd like to meet with you for 30 minutes to discuss the current state of your business, your goals, and learn how I can help you develop a brand image that matches the identity of your business in the future. You'd be like, oh, well then, I guess I'm open on Friday. Tip number 2, ask open-ended questions. Now, there is a time and place for yes and no questions, but when it comes to a conversation where you are looking to earn business, yes and no questions are the Admiral Akbar of sales. They're traps. A conversation is supposed to be a discovery session where you learn about how you can help someone. But when you ask yes and no questions, you start building up unnecessary walls that prevent you from finding pain points. Now let's role play for a moment. In this scene, I am a photographer talking to a business owner. And I'm a business owner. Hey, thank you so much for meeting with me. Do you currently have a photographer? Yes. Oh, do you like them? Yeah, he's pretty good. Are you looking for a new photographer? No. Oh, okay. Well, have a nice day then. Now, as fake as that conversation was, the walls were real. Asking closed-ended questions made it so that it seemed like there was no need for a photographer or photography service at all. But let's try this again with open-ended questions. Hey, thank you so much for meeting with me. How do you currently handle the photography in your business? Well, we do currently have a photographer. He takes photos for our website and our Instagram. That's great. How is that working out for you? Well, it works alright. Only alright? How so? Well, he's my son-in-law, so he's in school all the time, and I have to work around his band practice and Pokemon Go meetups. How does working around your son-in-law's schedule impact your business? Honestly, it pushed back the website by 2 weeks because we don't have the photos we need. Now, see how that changes the conversation? By asking open-ended questions, it is easier to find pain points. Try to start your questions with who, what, why, when, where, and how. Those are always going to be open-ended. And to be honest, this is very difficult. And thankfully, as a business relationship grows, people become more open to sharing their thoughts no matter how you formulate the question. But in the beginning, when you're both feeling things out, it can be easy to set yes and no traps for yourself. So my advice is to write down who, what, why, when, where, and how on the top of a notepad so that it is always in the forefront of your mind. Tip number 3, confirm that you are listening. Now, this tip seems pretty basic, but it is very important. You need to make sure that your potential client feels heard. Having a notepad with you and actively using it is a good start, but to really one up the convo, it is great practice to repeat what is being said to you back to your possible client. Now, doing this in a way that feels natural, however, is, well, kind of awkward, and it can get obnoxious because no one likes a copycat. 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 See? My advice is to repeat what they said to you back to them in the form of your next question. If they say that they want a new logo for their business, you can repeat that within a question by asking, what type of impact would a new logo for your business have? This way you're repeating, but you're not being obnoxious about it by playing the copycat game. The copycat game. Shut up. Tip number 4, keep things relative. So when you're having a conversation with someone, they most likely will ask you questions as well. It is to be expected, and it is a conversation after all. But it is your responsibility to be the one that keeps that conversation on track. You want your discussion to be laser focused on how you can help the person you are meeting with. What I suggest is to make sure you answer their questions in a way that ties back to their business and their goals. Now, if you ever get a question that you're not comfortable answering without additional information, don't be afraid to ask questions before answering. You could say something along the lines of, that is a great question. I'd be happy to answer, but to keep things relative to your business, I have a question for you. Then fire away with the question, get the information needed, and then deliver a relevant answer. You can also say something along the lines of, please elaborate, or what is some context behind your question? Bottom line is you want to feel comfortable with how you ask that, so find something that you're comfortable saying and stick with it. Tip number 5, follow up. This one is critical. Be sure to always follow up after a conversation. Now, a lot of people will make up little rules about how long you should wait before you follow up. Now, to me, there's no such thing as too soon to follow up, but I'm curious, how about you? When do you think is the best time to follow up? Hit me up in the comments. Now, what I do suggest is to make a template so that when you have the conversation, you can easily thank someone for their time, recap the conversation, and reconfirm expectations for the next step. Tip number 6, don't worry about closing. Now, that might surprise you, and I'm not sure how many high-strung sales folks are punching doors right now from hearing me say something like that, but honestly, don't worry about walking out of that door with a solid yes. Here's the thing. Most of the time, you're not in the position to throw an accurate number someone's way 5 seconds after you had a conversation. In fact, if you took 30 minutes of someone's time to learn how you can work together, only to turn around and propose a solution right on the spot, it's kind of like going to the doctor with a wide cut on your leg, and the doctor spends this time poking and prodding and making it gush blood, and then he's like, well, here's a Band-Aid. I'm a doctor. Goodbye now. Whatever. Take the time to tailor your offer around what the person actually needs. And even if your offer is the same no matter what, be open to the idea that it helps everyone in different ways. If you take the time to diagnose the pain points, then take the time to tell the story on how your business can ail those pain points. And that's all the tips I got. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and if you can find the bell thing, hit that to be notified when I drop my next video. But honestly, I don't know where that bell thing is, and it's somewhere. Comment below if you know where the bell thing is. Anyway, have a great one. You guys are awesome. And I'm not going to try closing you or anything, but if you want to watch another video, subscribe to my channel. There is a pretty video here. It looks great.